Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM23 Lions. This is episode 65. We are in the midst of two simultaneous middle objectives. They're they're not minor, they're not major, but right now we need to accomplish some of our goals to get the sponsor back on our side. I think with a World Tour schedule, we're gonna get a lot of bonuses, but if we fail all the objectives, then we're not going to have a good sponsor confidence. So we do need to succeed at some. Both of these objectives are GC and both are top fives. Andalucia, we have stage 4 of 5. Climbing into the top 5 is a little bit harder here. We're a little bit further back, but we have 3 riders in contention for that. Ashimwe, Benia Messias, and Banuna are all just about there. This 4th stage, lightly cobbled, lightly hilled, does finish on a little bit of a climb, so can we gain some time? Can we get a top 3 and pick up some seconds? We do finally have everyone other than Matoni on 90 plus percent for the fitness, no longer taking minor penalties in terms of that one, and all have the +2 for the objectives. So it's a chance, it's an opportunity for us to maybe snatch some points. The climb could be a factor. More likely it's going to come down to just the finishing hill. And we're onto the base of the climb from the view of the motorbike, and there's an attack. That's a few riders going clear. Bardet, that 7-inch hater, that looks like that could be a threat. Oh yeah, they are all well placed. Is there going to be a chase? Or there are just more riders trying to attack? Maybe what I need to do is I need to send one of my guys. By the way, Bunona, terrible draw. -5 draw for him. And he sits in 14th. Ashimwe, terrible draw. -3 draw for him. He sits in the top 10. How to navigate this one? Do we chase? Or do we send somebody up there with them? Okay, so these guys are 50 seconds ahead and 50 seconds behind, and then 3 minutes behind the breakaway group, halfway up the climb. But yes, more teams are contributing riders to the chase. I don't mind getting caught here. I mean, realistically, I want to. Benia Messias, though, struggling to hang on. Now, if he gets beat, then we very much want to contribute to the chase. He's struggling to hang on. He was still on their wheel and still had energy. And okay, he recovers, but he's now 500 meters from the top. And there's Hader, so that's 4 of them. But we do get dropped right there at the end. Haptum, Roteasir struggle, but we've got everyone over the top. Things are yo-yoing. Oh, and we got back up there. Benia Messias. $131 in the peloton. 540 is the gap now. Are you kidding me? What is going on with this field? Okay, so Van Sevenant and Bardet are 3 minutes off the road. These other guys, we got one that's 141 down, one that's 256 down, one 313. But we got to catch those other guys. There's got to be some chase. Let's get some recovery here. Keep an eye on the gap to the 2 ahead of us. That's the key one. Down to 98 chasing and down to 2 minutes. So the gap is very much closing and closing fairly quickly. Those 2 in particular, it's much too long of a distance to be going with just 2 riders. Haptum is fading. That's because we are chasing pretty hard, and the peloton is shrinking. I mean, we've lost, what, 34 riders already? 2 groups have dropped off, as one of them regains contact, just about. Down to 42k. Water's taken care of. Haptum he keeps trying to recover every little downhill, and then he'll recover a little ground, and then he gets dropped again. He's protecting a Shimway, but a Shimway's fine. I don't think we're going to see him again up here. Surprised he hasn't been dropped, but the pace is tough, but it's not killer pace. But we did catch the front too. So we're down to just the regular breakaway, 7 riders. They've held out a bit longer because even though they weren't as strong, there's 7 of them versus the 2 otherwise. But you can see that that gap continually coming down. It's just over a minute now. They are starting to drop riders. Habtum finally got dropped. Mohira, 17k to go. This is kind of the final hill before the final hill. Penultimate hill, and there's a big attack. We have to respond. We have to respond. Mohira and Roteasir are not going to be part of that response. That leaves me just 4 guys. That's not good. Matoni is going to be at the front. And then we have Benuna. Benia Masais. Shimway. It's going to be a small group finish, I think. Ooh. Man, that was a big old glitch that gave those guys an extra 6 bike lengths while we sat still. Yikes on that part. Okay, much of it's negated and much of the field has been split. We're down to 60 riders in the peloton. 1 rider still off the front. Ortega is not a big threat. Was he the one in the break? He was the one in the break. Okay. We're looking pretty okay here. Matoni's going to have to just keep riding, though. He's at 99 and just going to have to lead out this thing. And if another team wants to come along and overtake us, great. Decent amount of little downhill stuff, so he's going to have an okay-ish pace for a bit before we get towards that finish line. And Matoni is definitely off the pace now, so on to Bunona. Tony, hang on as best you can. Proteasir and Mohira are back. How'd that happen? But they don't have enough strength to do anything. The difference between an 89 and a 90 was us sitting near the front and us being at the front. 2K. Final 5 riders are back together. 1K. Benuna, soft sprint, and Benia Messias, final kilometer. It's lightly cobbled through here. It drains the energy very fast, and we don't have cobble rating. We catch the front guys. We are not going to place, but we're also not going to lose time. Yeah, we just could not handle those cobbles at all, even though they were very mild. Same time, down to 47th. So Matoni, Benuna, Mohira, Roteasir were all in the group that lost half a minute at the tail end. But otherwise, everybody else gets same time. So Benia Messias, Shibway. That's it. Just the 2 riders on same time as everybody else. Things are going to change slightly in the standings. Petrovic moves into the lead ahead of Kukelman. Lekna soon moves up to 3rd. We move up a spot to 8th. Benia Messias moves up 2 spots to 9th. So that's 2 riders in the top 10 now. Good for points. They are 14 seconds down overall. They still only need 5 seconds to move into the top 5. Not much is necessary, but there's only 1 stage left to try to do something to crack the top 5. Meanwhile, at the second objective, the Algarve race, it's stage 5 of 5. It's the last stage. It's the last chance. And we've gotten a really poor start to this one as we've got a -8 net draw, a 0. Race day condition. Daniel's on a -3. Our leader, Johannes Dalek, has a -2 to his expected. Makes things a lot tougher as we enter the final 60 kilometers on this one. There is a fair bit of undulation and, most importantly, a very steep climb, about 10k from the finish, though very short. And then the finishing climb, which is maybe 3 kilometers in length. Very punchy for that one. So as we get through this and we get the drop, we get the fade, we're into the final 38K and we've got a lot of fatigue. It's now time to get these guys up into that forward position and ready to commit those legs to the final task at hand. We've got another hill coming up. It's not too bad, it's not too steep. It's those final couple that are going to be the real threat. Meanwhile, the front breakaway riders, there were 9 throughout the stage. They've been together since the very beginning. It's down to 8 of them now, but they still have a 250 advantage with just 30K to go. There's still a chance that they don't get caught, but there's a lot of riders contributing to the chase. This is the race where it's a miracle we're in 5th place. Johannes Dalek has done extremely well to secure 5th place. However, there is absolutely nothing guaranteeing us that we're going to hang on to this 5th place because of the depth of the field. Pogacar is here. Daniel Martinez is here, and a lot of really good riders. The top 10 favorites today is littered with guys that have a 79, 80 or better hills rating, who have a 79 or 80 and better medium mountain or mountain rating. Johannes Dalek is a puncher. He does have a 78, so he's not terrible in comparison, but he doesn't have the other ratings to go with it, so he's not balanced as we come up here on this final phase, and we're setting up now. Okay, we want to go kind of a 92-ish to really hold the position. Bosco needs to gel. Daniels needs to gel. Daniels is already fading. We're down to 90 riders. Those front guys are still off the front, but shrinking. It's, well, yo-yoing a little bit. There's 7 of them now. There's that short, steep one, and we have made it through there. And that now gives us 9K to go. 9K to go. Let's get set. We are pretty well placed. De Villiers is the only one who has lost a little bit of ground, but he is also done. He's got no energy. So that brings us up to our front group, our 5 riders who are set. Bosco is not in the front position. Kareem is in a much better front position. So we'll put Kareem first. So 8.5K. Not a huge gap to the front 7, but there's a decent chance that they're going to hang on and win the stage today. What was their times like? Are they going to be a threat? 2:44 is the closest. No, they are not going to be a threat. Wait for Bosco to get into position. That's pretty much going to use up everything he has just getting there. Yes, it is. So Bosco dropped to the back. Careless gel 6K. Red bar's already gone, so Kareem give you a 99 flat. Push all you have. It's not as fast as you could go without the red bar, but it's still pretty dang fast. 5K. 53 of us chasing. The gap is coming down to those front guys. Like I said, there's still a chance that they do get caught here. And we'll have 3 riders for the final climb. Careless is going to be on his gel soon. We're in that nice front position. But can we hold these guys off? I don't think we can actually take time today on a Careless. It's about not losing time. We got to watch that red bar for Johannes Dalek. Gregoire on the attack. Is he well placed? Here we go. All but 2 of the riders are now caught. Will this cause others to sit up for just a moment and set us up? 1K to go already. Dang, how did that happen? It's gone much faster than I thought. Okay, on to a 96 for Careless. Janssen is done. Johannes Dalek is not, though. It's going to ease off at the top. I want him to go 99. Not sprint, but now push. Yeah, everyone sprint. Johannes Dalek's going to overtake Careless, but he's not going to get a top 3. It's the yellow jersey to take the win. It's Brandon McNulty. Gregoire for 2nd. Pogacar for 3rd. But we have avoided time losses, and we have avoided the guy who was 1 second behind us. That all he needed was that little bit. And Danny Martinez, who finished 12th, just ahead of Johannes Dalek in 14th. No time losses apparent. Top 5 hopefully secured, depending on what happens with McNulty, Gregoire, and Pogacar. Pogacar was well down the standings. Him gaining 4 seconds should not affect him positionally, and McNulty looked like he was wearing a yellow jersey, so is he already on top? That wouldn't affect us. Gregoire is the one we got to watch out for. He was pretty highly placed. I think he was already in the top 3. So McNulty gains 4 seconds. On the replay, I saw that he had about a bike length and a half over second place Gregoire. That's in addition to the 10-second bonus, so he is going to gain 14 seconds. But he was wearing the yellow jersey. That is the leader's jersey. So, yes, that's good, actually. It's the Gregoire one we need to watch out for. Johannes Dalek gets the same time as him and as Martinez. Carlos, also same time. And then we see a drop at 31st to Harrison Shaw. So, how's that general looking? Is it still top 5? It should be, unless Gregoire has jumped us, and it is. It is. And Gregoire is second. So McNulty keeps the win. Gregoire keeps second. Arts Latour, 5th place for Johannes Dalek. That is a successful objective, beating Martinez by a single second. Carlos moves up to 20th at 3:45 down. Pogacar moves up a little bit. The other guys outside of the top 10. Top 10 was unchanged. Pogacar only 12th place. We just beat Pogacar in a race head-to-head. Final stage is super important, and I did not realize that it was a time trial in preparation, so this is really setting me back here. Mohira, not off to a good start. Our best time trialist is Roteus here, and he just lost a couple minutes on that last stage that he otherwise might not have lost if... Oh, gosh, what was that? Panuna, next one to set off. Roteus here attacking the finish line. A little too hard. 1 second off the pace, though. That's a good start. That's the kind of time you need. That's the kind of time you need. You could squeeze in an 86, 87 here across the way. A little bit in between. There's enough of a descent. We can get a lot of good times out of these guys, but 2:30 down for Matoni. He's a little too far back. Same with Roteus here. He can gain a minute on a lot of guys, but a minute's only going to move him up so high. Okay, that was still a little too hard. We're kind of gauging things. 13th place, 24 seconds down. Panuna balanced out. 5th place, 10 seconds down. Dang, he was good. That's going to help him move up a bit. Only 9 seconds behind Roteus here. That should put him ahead of Roteus here, I think, in the standings. But it's these last two guys that aren't great time trialists that we're going to need to be really on it with, because the gaps aren't that bad, right? Mohira's terrible. He was 2 minutes down. Haptem's terrible. He was only a minute down. So if we can get those guys into a decent position and get a decent time out of them, if we can get within like 30 seconds, they're going to be much higher placed. And if we're lucky, we can squeeze them into the top 5. But I'm thinking this is looking unlikely. Would a top 10 be unlikely here? That's the fear. Out of the box. Oh, Shimway's got a good one. +3. Beniam Sias settling in back to an 87. Shimway, keep that 87 going for now. Yes, that's what we needed, a 78, 81. This is a mix of prologue. In fact, it's more prologue than time trial at 14K. So this is going to make him about a 79 between the pair. Beniam Messias just a 71, 72. Okay, down to that 86. Down to that 86. Save it, but they've pushed really well. Yeah, this could be a top time. This could be it. This could be what we need to get into the top 5. We'll see. Beniam Messias is not. He's going to lose some time here. He is 44th, 44 seconds down. Shimway, 21st, 21 seconds down. It's weird how that is matching up right now. But it's the ending where a lot of guys seem to be losing time. They overdo it. Over push. Back to that 87. To an 88. To an 88. Trying to balance out. Pushing hard at the end because you get that little descent. And then you inevitably get a little bit of recovery for that final kilometer. Nope, that was too hard. Shimway, that was too hard. Okay, to the line, 24 seconds down in 16th place. It's good for a guy who's a 72, 73. Vingegaard, though, was he 2 seconds better, so we don't jump him. Pidcock, though, that's an easy one. He's already a minute down. We'll jump Pidcock. That's one position from 8th to 7th. Mataway. We've got him. That is going to be to 6th. Gegenhardt puts in a good one, though. Leknesund. He looks like he's putting in a good one. Right now, our prediction is 7th. Can we bump up some more? Kugelman. That's definitely going to be up a spot. That's 6th. Petrovic. Half a minute down. He'll need a little bit more. 47 seconds. That should be 5th. That should be 5th. But what about behind us? What about the times that they've gained? Close call, folks. Roteus here almost wins the stage. But most importantly of all, have we cracked the top 5? In theory, I think we might just about have done it. Shimway, third place. Gegenhardt, Vingegaard, and a Shimway. Yes, we have not only done it, we have pushed beyond it. Benia Messias took 7th. A bunch of them tanked at the end. Okay. Big sigh of relief. That is a 5th place in one race, and that is a 3rd in the other, and they were both top 5 objectives. So that is a success and a super success. And I'm out of time. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.